Living in a tight-knit HOA community means getting used to some level of micromanagement. Lawn height, mailbox color, even the approved shade of beige for your garage door. But in all my years here, nothing prepared me for the day an overzealous, self-appointed HOA security officer decided to lay hands on my son, a trained military police officer home on leave. What happened next? Let's just say rank was pulled and justice followed swiftly. Home for the holidays. My son Daniel had just returned from his latest deployment. He's 24, in peak shape, clean cut, always respectful. He was stationed overseas with the U.S. Army's Military Police Corps and had taken a well-earned 2-week leave to visit family. We were thrilled to have him home. The neighbors loved him too. Well, most of them. All except one, a man named Brent. Brent wasn't elected to anything. He simply declared himself community security and started patrolling the neighborhood in a vest he bought online and a golf cart he outfitted with orange lights. He wore sunglasses, carried a clipboard, and made it his job to harass anyone he didn't recognize. And unfortunately for Brent, Daniel had grown up a lot since he'd last been home. The encounter. It happened on a calm Tuesday afternoon. Daniel went out for a jog, wearing Army PT gear and wireless earbuds. He stopped briefly in front of the small park near the neighborhood's clubhouse to stretch. Perfectly normal behavior. That's when Brent rolled up in his glorified golf cart, hopped out, and started shouting. "You can't loiter here. This is private property," he yelled, pointing his clipboard like it was a weapon. Daniel removed one earbud and calmly responded, "I'm not loitering. I live here. My parents are on Cedar Drive." Brent wasn't having it. "ID, now! I've never seen you here before. You're trespassing. Move along before I call this in." Daniel remained calm. "I'm on leave from the Army, sir. I'm not required to show you ID. You're not law enforcement." Brent's face turned red. "Don't disrespect me. I am security." Then, shockingly, he shoved Daniel in the chest. It wasn't a hard shove, but it was a mistake. The turnaround. Daniel took a step back, squared up, and pulled out his Army-issued wallet from his back pocket. Inside was his military police badge and ID. He looked Brent square in the eye. "Congratulations. You just made physical contact with a federal soldier actively serving in the United States Armed Forces. I suggest you back off before I call in a real law enforcement unit." Brent blinked at the badge like it burned him. "Wait, MP, as in military police?" Daniel nodded. "And I'm still under federal protection. You just assaulted a service member. So go ahead. Call who you need to, or I will." Suddenly, Brent didn't have much to say. He stammered something about misunderstanding and climbed back into his golf cart with the speed of someone who just realized he screwed up in HD. The aftermath. Daniel came home, told me what happened, and I was fuming. We called the HOA immediately. Turns out Brent wasn't hired, licensed, or affiliated with any professional security group. He was just a resident who bought a vest and started acting like a mall cop with a superiority complex. I didn't let it go. I filed an incident report with local law enforcement, then forwarded the complaint to the HOA board. Daniel wrote a formal statement, attaching photos of his MP credentials. Within 48 hours, Brent's security patrol was banned. The HOA sent a community-wide email distancing themselves from his actions, and word traveled fast. You don't touch a soldier and expect to get away with it. Why it matters. We live in a world where people love to feel powerful, even if they have none. Brent was the type who let imaginary authority swell his ego. But there's a difference between enforcing rules and assaulting residents. He crossed that line. My son didn't retaliate. He didn't escalate. He stood tall, professional, and let his real authority speak for itself. And to Brent and others like him, here's a free lesson. You never know who you're pushing around, because next time, the person you're trying to intimidate might just be a federally trained military police officer with the legal right to shut you down.